So, we're here for the week 16, 2025 NFL team map release. So let's go talk about. So we have the CBS early window, and most of the country's going to keep up like Cleveland, and you're going to do what? But there's a feature, but there's sometimes a region, some more regionalized feature, secondary feature game. And it's Kansas City at Tennessee. You have in most of South Dakota, a little bit of Minnesota, it's like Iowa Station or Sioux Falls, South Dakota Station. In the little tiny tap of Iowa, like it's a Minnesota station. Yeah, most of South Dakota, not all of South Dakota. You know, Wyoming, Montana, they got a South Dakota station. And most of Nebraska. Almost all Missouri or Kansas, it's like Oklahoma or like Colorado station. And then most of Oklahoma, most of Louisiana, or Arkansas, most of, or some of them of Mississippi, of Tennessee, obviously because it's Tennessee area. The Huntsville, Alabama. Got St. Louis and Cape Girardeau areas. Going to Illinois and Missouri. And we're all Quad Cities area in the Illinois. And then we have all Missouri. And a little bit of North Carolina, I guess, tiny tad of Kentucky. Orange County, Michigan, Florida, Maryland, Cincinnati, Tampa Bay, Orlando, Fort Myers, West Palm Beach, Maryland, areas in Florida. And then it's just the immediate, like, the 75-mile area in the Cincinnati, Ohio market. Maybe a little past that, but we got Dayton, Ohio, Cincinnati, Ohio, Lexington, Kentucky. And that's about it for main areas. Yeah, New York Jets, CBS definitely using the 75-mile radius for sure on minimum for New York Jets. Of course, Tucker. You can definitely see it right there with the New York City area. This goes in the New York City area. And then take on to Pennsylvania. Goes in New Jersey. And 11 New York. Outside New York City area. I guess the New York City area TV station. And now we have all of Louisiana. Jackson, Mississippi. Goes in a little bit of Alabama. And then there's a little bit of Alabama, or Mississippi, that's the Mobile, Alabama station. There's a little bit of Alabama, that got the Mississippi station. And then, a little bit of Texas, because there's areas on that border. Texas, Louisiana border. I got Shreveport, Louisiana station. And a little bit of Oklahoma, because there's areas that got like maybe like an Arkansas, Oklahoma station, or maybe it's the Shreveport, Louisiana metro area station. You know, the extended outreach of that station goes in Arkansas and parts of Oklahoma, southern Oklahoma, and Texas. And the last Hawaii is going to show you Buffalo, Cleveland. Then we have CBS late. It's pretty true. Most of the country's going to show you that along with Alaska, and Las Vegas, and Houston. In the Houston, no, it's every part of Texas except for the Amarillo, which follows Dallas, the Shreveport, Louisiana area that gets the Texas station. Goes to Louisiana and Texas. Yeah. And then we have a Paso, Texas station. they usually pass the text zone. So which Jeff falls in Dallas early on. Emerald could be either or. But this time they're showing a feature game. And we have the Reno, Nevada, and Las Vegas, Nevada. Not all of Nevada gets because I'm not control by their boys Idaho station. So like the Utah station, maybe once through Peters, and then they're in like Nevada. Then yeah, we have the Reno, Nevada area. It goes on about south California, Northern California. So, let's see, no part of California. And then, the immediate Indianapolis area and the immediate Jacksonville area. We'll also see Las Vegas at Houston. And the immediate Jacksonville goes a little bit of Florida, because on the border of Florida, Georgia. And then in the immediate Indianapolis area, and that's because of the fact that because they are part of the AFC South territory, and it's part of the AFC South viewing area. So, and it's going to be of interest. That game could be of interest in those areas, especially for the division. In Indianapolis, might be of interest because, they would need Las Vegas to win. That one. Yeah. They would need the Las Vegas to win that one. If they win, Indianapolis wins. Indianapolis fans are not confused and can be tied for playoffs. And then tied or either no, it'd be a game back stuff. They'd only be a game back instead of two for wild cards. So. And then just if they lose, not in Houston, they would clinch the division. They would be division leaders. Most in the country, Fox Church does. Then Major Bruce. Kevin Booker and Breeze in the featured Saturday game. Chicago Green Bay, Chicago. No surprise there. No surprise. That one, not like I said. And then Joe Davis could go some surprises on the feet on the second on the earlier game. Philadelphia, Washington. I'm surprised they're not doing LA Chargers at Dallas or Jacksonville at Denver. And then like Kevin, and then like you'd say Drew Brees. He's doing like in that game, I'm kind of surprised, but whatever. And then we have Minnesota Red Giants. Yeah, but Jonathan, it's usually goes into most of North Dakota and South Dakota and Iowa. And it's not going to all South Dakota. And it goes with a little bit of Nebraska. That's South Dakota stations. There you go. Too. And then there's a little bit of Iowa that gets Omaha, Nebraska station. So they're showing they're getting Jacksonville, Denver. There's a tiny outside of Missouri that's an Iowa station. You got Minnesota region. Then Wisconsin goes to northern Michigan, that's Wisconsin station. or Duluth, Minnesota station. It goes into most of Wisconsin. Not the Green Bay or the Milwaukee area, but goes up to the Madison area. And then New York City area, Hartford. Fox extends a little bit. The New York City area, Albany, New York, Burlington, Vermont, Hartford, Connecticut goes into Massachusetts. New Jersey. A little more extended in New York. And then that's Cambridge, and then Topeka Crown has North Carolina, all of North Carolina, all of South Carolina that can show that game, and then all of Florida that can show it. And then we have most of Tennessee, except for Nashville area, the Roanoke, Virginia area. Goes a little bit of Kentucky and West Virginia as well. And then goes a little bit of Georgia that gets the Tennessee Florida station. And then and then the feature the game Jacksonville Denver. I'm surprised it's not the national game because Jacksonville is 10-4, but Denver is 12-2. They're on an 11-game winning streak. They won. Denver Broncos have won 11 straight games this season. And Nixon was pretty solid too, 10-4. So that should be a really good game. Most of the country's gonna see it. The only reason why, like the New Orleans, the immediate New Orleans area, the immediate Miami area, the immediate Nashville area is gonna show that game. And then you have the Cincinnati, Dean, Columbus, Cleveland area is gonna show that game. In all them areas is because they had an early window game on CBS. And same with the Boston. But there's some areas, the reason why, like the Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse area, and then the Boston, Massachusetts, Portland, Maine, up the rest of the East Coast and the Northeast, basically in like New York and Massachusetts, Maine, that's not showing you an early window game, is because of the fact that that actually impacts them for playoffs, like seeding, like the Bills and the Jaguars, Buffalo and Jacksonville, and Denver and New England, So, very, very interesting, That, be very interesting. On Kansas City area, I'll get that game. Come to Missouri. Because Kansas City had an early window game on CBS. And he goes in most of Nebraska, except for the area that's in Iowa or South Dakota station. And then goes a little bit of South Dakota. Most of Wyoming, most of Montana will get that game. And then a little of Kansas gets to Kansas station. And then most of Idaho and a little bit of Oregon that gets Waco station. And then most of Colorado, except for areas that get like a Utah station, like a Four Corners station, maybe in like Utah or New Mexico, And there's a little bit that gets a New Mexico station. And then we have that's a chemical good Gerald Johnson, and then it goes to Savannah, Georgia, and Jacksonville, Florida areas with a 75-mile radius, and then maybe extend out more area radius, extend it out in Jacksonville. And we have Atlanta and Arizona, which is Huntsville, Alabama, and then Augusta, Georgia, which goes into South Carolina, Atlanta, Georgia, and there goes into And then there's a little bit of Georgia, I could say. Tennessee Station, Greenville, South Carolina Station, or Tallahassee Fire Station, or Jacksonville Fire Station, or Savannah, Georgia Station. It shows you Jacksonville, Denver, or Savannah, Georgia Station. The Jacksonville. And then we have Atlanta area, suburbs, and Huntsville, Alabama, and most of Arizona, except for a little bit, that's New Mexico, or like a Four Corners station in New Mexico, or Utah. And then there's a little bit of a T-market range. It's like in like a California station that serves like both California and like Arizona. So they're showing it so close to Arizona that they're showing Atlanta, Arizona. Either that, or it's either Arizona station that serves California, or California station that serves the of Arizona. But they're showing Atlanta, Arizona this time. And then we have there goes a little bit of Nevada as well. And not the Las Vegas. So, so yeah, in the Houston area, Las Vegas area, are getting an early window CBS Fox game. And they choose the Dallas because they have late window games on CBS. Same with the Detroit area and the Pittsburgh area. It's kind of a shame that LA chose Dallas as the feature game. I wouldn't be surprised if there are actually more markets out there. I would not be surprised at all. There are more markets out there that will end up switching to Jacksonville and Denver, just across the country. I would not be surprised one bit, because that Jacksonville Denver game is a really, really good game. And I bet you people that see team-ups, they might contact their local station like, hey, is there a way you can get Jacksonville Denver as the featured game, as their Fox game, like Jacksonville Denver? Is there a way you can get Jacksonville Denver as your local game or broadcasting this week, instead of say LA Chargers at Dallas? Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. I would not be surprised if there are either stuff like that, or just the stations in general. To get more viewership on them. They do end up switching Jacksonville Denver on their own. I would not be surprised at all, because Jacksonville Denver is the better game. Once the signatures that I figured it might be. Either, because, anyways, Dallas might be eliminated, though. Dallas might be eliminated from playoffs when in that game. So I don't see why they're a future game. I really don't. Dallas could be eliminated from playoffs. So. Yeah, Philadelphia beats Washington. And then we have Jacksonville. And then when you have that AFC South leader in third place. There was no division seeding right now. Like, you get a boost for winning the division, you get top 4 seed, you get to host a home playoff game. You'd still be in third, and you'd still be in the playoffs anyways. So, and then we have So, but I really, the CMS with my James. I'm gonna mess with my continuity, so I want to. It kind of sucks though. That's what most areas were. I had to go better into okay. I got like both market, like Wisconsin market and the Minnesota market. And I both showing like extended like in Wisconsin, but if they weren't, you know, and they were showing Jacksonville, see Denver, I couldn't get them to show a different game, you know. And get them to show just a different network than the other one. It'd be awesome, but I don't know.